Hello everyone, today is the 20th day of the Omer. If you have not counted yet, you could say that today is the 20th day of the Omer, which is 2 weeks and 6 days of the Omer. And our vocal toning meditation today is going to be for Yesod Tiferes. Yesod, as we said before, is the sphere that it's all about bonding. And oftentimes I feel like Yesod can kind of get a bad rap because anatomically, you know how we said Chesed is the right shoulder, Tiferes is in the heart. Yesod tends to be the reproductive organ. And a lot of times when you think of a religious spiritual practice, you don't normally think of it as being symbiotic with, like, for instance, in an intimate life or the intimacy that you have in a marriage. And I think because of that, a lot of times we think of celibacy or asceticism. However, in Jewish practice and in Jewish tradition, the idea of having a beautiful, thriving romantic life with your partner, bringing children into the world, it's the ultimate expression of holiness. I think the last time we stopped at Yesod, which was, I believe, Yesod of Gevura or Yesod of Chesed, I had mentioned that the Song of Songs, which is all about like intimate love, was actually called by Rabbi Akiva the Holy of Holies in the entire Torah, because it's just this passionate, fiery love between us and God. And so the idea of Yesod is not necessarily just passionate, fiery love, but it's just this idea of how we build relationships in general. Yesod, as we said before, that when we get into the gut center of Netzach, Hod, and Yesod, I'm going from my internal world into my external world. How do I deal with the people in my life, my friendships, my relationships, my coworkers, my children, my spouse, things like that? How do I interact with them? And Yesod is really the portal through which I can fully balance everything in my life in my interpersonal relationships. And so the idea of Yesod Tiferes, of the bonding or the connection of interpersonal relationships through compassion and harmonization, beauty, truth. To me, it seems pretty obvious how this happens, that in order to interact with another person, we have to balance these two aspects of ourselves. As I said before, that in Kabbalah, that there's the right hemisphere, which is the idea of Chesed, and Netzach, which is kind of going from inside to outside, giving. That's the idea of kindness or being victorious in battle. Then there's the left hemisphere, the left side, which is Gevura and Hod, which is the whole idea of withholding. We have severity, we have setting boundaries, we have working on ourselves, overcoming internal obstacles. And then you have the center path, which is Tiferes in the heart, which is the idea of balancing kindness and severity into compassion and harmonization. And now in Yesod, that when we interact with others, it can be really tough to kind of like develop those interpersonal relationships or like have that social interaction. It's not uncommon for people to have social anxiety. So this idea of Yesod Tiferes is, in what ways does my compassion, in what ways does my inner harmonization, in what ways am I able to bond to another person? Am I able to bond with myself? Am I able to make real lasting connections through this mediation of compassion? And so what I'm going to do today, I just sort of haven't been feeling the humming meditation in terms of doing the tones. So I'm going to just do the vocal toning with the vowels. However, if you do want to do the humming meditation, Yesod is the 6th scale degree and Tiferes is the 3rd. So if this is our home note, you have 1, 2, 3, this is Tiferes, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. So we have Tiferes, and then we have Yesod. So you would have Yesod, Tiferes, things like that. So if you want to do a humming meditation, but I'm not going to spend time on that right now. What I'm going to spend time on is more the vocal toning, the vowelization, which is oo. Yesod is an oo, and Tiferes is o. So take a nice deep grounding breath. Just to pause in our day and to actively think and purposefully think about how we're using our voice, how we're using our breath. Feeling those vibrations in our body, realizing that we are the creators of our life. We are the storytellers of our story in our lives. And a part of that is reclaiming our voice. Every single day we do this toning meditation, we are reclaiming 1/49th of our voice, one part of our voice. So here we go. Yesod, Tiferes, the bonding, interpersonal bonding found in compassion and harmony and beauty and truth. And what I've noticed just now is that the difference between oo and o is really not that much. Ooh, my lips are a little tightly closed, ooh, but then it opens up slightly to blossom into an ooh. But then that o, we don't keep it as an o, we go o. So it actually, we have a bit of a palindromic effect of ooh, ooh, oh, ooh. A little interesting, and they're both in the center. Have an amazing, blessed day. Bye-bye.